It's nighttime. Alright, you guys, I have a pretty exciting idea slash announcement I kind of want to share with you guys. So, the idea is pretty straightforward and get right to the point. I want to create a patron server. A server for my patrons, for people who are interested in pledging $5 or more a month to me on Patreon. And for that, you will get access, a whitelist spot, on a Minerva patron server. And it's as simple as that. It'll be an entirely survival world based around the Minerva seed, where you guys can hop in and play survival mode, play however you guys want. And judging by a lot of the people who watch this channel, I imagine most of that be predominantly technical. It's up to you. And I think it's interesting to have it on the same seed that we play on to see kind of how the patrons would do it differently. Now, I'm feeling this out. This is going to grow and mature as a community quite a lot. I haven't obviously gotten all the details yet because I'm not entirely certain how active it's going to be. I honestly don't know what to expect. I really don't know how many people are going to be interested in this idea, or how many people are going to play, or anything at all. So that's kind of why I'm making this video. I kind of want to just ask and see how many of you people would be interested in pledging $5 or even more per month to actually join this community. Obviously, my current patrons will be updated to they'll be added to the whitelist as soon as I can, like kind of as kind of a legacy thing, as they've already been patrons. And because Patreon pays out at the end of every month or the beginning of every month, I'm figuring that the patron server will be open as soon as the $5 payments go through on October 2nd. Now, part of why I'm so excited to do this is you might have realized I've been flying around Minerva here with very little problem at all. We got a lot of people AFK, lots of farms running right now. There's Rectic going ahead fishing, and there's a lot of things going on, and it's totally smooth. And that's because Minerva has actually upgraded to a dedicated server, a dedicated host. We've got a 6700K and 32 gigs of RAM all to ourselves, and that means we can host as many worlds off it as we want. So we're thinking a couple creative servers, obviously the survival server, and maybe a patron server. So you guys would get very, very lag-free performance. It'd be entirely smooth, even with massive sorting systems like the Ruby Center. And I'm kind of just curious to see what you guys are capable of. And that's kind of it. So, like, the patron server obviously needs to be pay to play for a few reasons. Security is a big one. Like, people who pay actual money to get on, and this is why I'm waiting for the money to go through to be sure that they're legitimate, are probably not going to grief the server. If you're going to pay to be a part of this community, typically it's going to be people who are serious and joining and being a part of it for, you know, whatever reason. They want to be a part of the community, they want to grow, they want, maybe you just need people to play with, you know, like it's a good thing to be a part of. And a lot of people apply to Minerva, a lot of people do. I mean, we get about an application or two every single day right now, and that's great. I mean, I love the amount of enthusiasm and interest people have in joining this community, but frankly, we can't accept everybody. And this might be a really good alternative for a lot of you. You can join there. It'll be complete democracy, because I do plan to play on there a little bit here and there, but my home is here. I mean, this world is what I play on. I don't even have a single player world. I don't have any other servers that I'm a part of. My entire channel is playing on the Minerva world, my entire Minecraft side of my channel. And that'll most likely remain the same. For the patron server, I am debating maybe weekly or every other weekly streams on there, just to kind of get everybody involved, show off the builds, maybe talk with the patrons. Me and the guys have been talking about maybe for the Discord, the Minerva Discord, having like a patron chat channel for both voice and text. I think it'd be pretty cool to have an exclusive Discord chat channel for only the patrons, where you guys can talk about whatever's going on in here, or really anything you want. I mean, this community can be great. You guys can work together on big builds or have your own personal bases. And obviously, anybody can be whitelisted, like, from me. So I can decide which Minerva members can play on here. If I have any personal friends, which is probably unlikely to be honest, because I don't have a lot of friends that play Minecraft on here that aren't Minerva members. By default, Minerva members will not be whitelisted. So by default, Minerva operators will, and any future operators who get opt will be whitelisted on the server. This is both for maintenance, keeping everything going, policing the community in case we get any bad eggs or whatever, just kind of to keep it going. And whether or not they'll be active is a case-to-case basis. The individual people involved, I cannot speak for them. And obviously, you know, friends of Minerva and whatnot. But obviously, you know, patrons will pay to play, and all of that will work fine. I've actually got a checklist here. Let me just read this real quick. And I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to mention. So the other part of it being, pay to play is obviously for security reasons, but the other thing is servers cost money. The dedicated server that Minerva's, we've upgraded to was not a light decision. It's about $90 a month for that dedicated CPU. These things are expensive. And because as a community, Minerva, our members actually raise the money in-house. We get the money together ourselves and we pay for this on our own. And I think that's a really great thing. We have enough active members who are willing to, split the bill to where anybody can just pay whatever they want. Like if each active Minerva member, I'd say we have anywhere from 20 to 30 active members at any given week. If each of us, donated like $1 or like $3 to $4, we'd pay for the server for a whole month. Like that's what I'm talking about. And obviously any patron money or patron servers, people who join the patron server, that would go towards, making that server stay alive. And so long as it's kind of profitable, I mean, that's kind of long into the future, because $90 a month means we would need at least 18 people interested to actually keep the server going. Obviously, if I raise this to $10, it would take 9 people, but these are just things that I'm considering. But I think, with the channel's success and the interest that the Minerva members have, we're already paying for the dedicated server. You can already see it's running the survival world great. In fact, if I log out here and go to this one, this is another world hosted entirely on the same CPU. The same processor that's running the Minerva world is also running this one. So its TPS is a little low because I'm probably generating a bunch of chunks, but this is kind of the same thing we would do for the patron server. So the dedicated's already kind of paid for, and I think this would be a cool thing. And at this point, I'm just kind of rambling. So those of you who've seen my channel before definitely know that I like to do this. But I wanted to make this video for a couple of reasons. I really do want to know what your guys' interested in would be in joining this community. How many people are actually interested? If you're going to write this in the comments, I'm going to kind of count you as a vote, if you will. And this will kind of gauge kind of what kind of scale I can make this server, how much RAM we can dedicate to it. I can ensure you it'll probably be pretty smooth because it's on this dedicated CPU, and I just want to know how many people are interested. And also for future reference, I want this video to be here just so I can have, laid some of the ground rules. And like I mentioned in the beginning, this is going to be something that will develop over time. Who's operator, who's not, like patrons who have played for 2 or 3 months, might earn special privileges. One of the exciting factors is like if you play as a patron, and don't even apply to Minerva or apply or whatever, if you play on here as a patron, that can definitely influence your decision or our decision in like you joining the Minerva server. If you get to know us as people or you do cool things on the patron server, we might reach out to you. This is a great way to get in touch with us. Like I said, I cannot speak for the Minerva members and who all will be active, but I can assure you that at least some people would definitely play on here. I'm thinking as a pastime, like the bi-weekly streams, maybe do an hour every week or so on the server where I can hang out with you guys and talk and whatnot, and maybe I'll just start a base and do some silly stuff, just kind of hang out and do whatever before I can, go back on the main Minerva world and then like work on some projects and take a perimeter and whatnot. And I have no idea what you guys might be doing on here, so I mean together you guys might be able to pull off more than we can, but that's kind of it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to be happening, so unless something terribly wrong happens, I should be starting the server on October 2nd. Because that would be about a day after patrons can pay out, and whoever is a current patron on my Patreon at that time will probably be added to the whitelist, obviously. So that's kind of it. Who's all interested / announcement, because based on everything that's going on, I'm pretty sure we can keep the server going right now, at least for a month or two, just to feel it out. And if a lot of you are interested, then obviously I'll be much more excited to work on this. So that's kind of it. Leave your feedback in the comments, and check out the description for all the links and stuff to get to the Patreon, the Discord server, all of that. That's it for me. Roll the outro.